than this lot.
Into museum on the brakes, it had to come. Valentino Rossi then goes to second place. I think that's it, as much of a pass as you're ever going to be able to see from Valentino Rossi. Quality, got it on the curbs, which do have a bit of grippy paint here. Valentino Rossi goes up into second place. So it's Yamaha M1 1 and Yamaha M1 2. It is Jorge Lorenzo and Valentino Rossi first and second, the Ducati in third place, and the Honda only in fourth. Marquez, no answer it would seem. The best he's going to be able to do is duff up Dobby later on in the race.
He's closed up there through the S's, hasn't he? But
Hector Barbera's got in front of Eugene Laverty, if I might just report that for a moment. So
good
Barbera, yeah, again.
From Hector, he was way off the back in the early laps. He's come through a lot of traffic.
Not what Eugene would want, of course. He was looking for a top 10 at the moment. He's going to have to work hard to get that. But it's Valentino Rossi. Lorenzo has 14 laps to go. Now so does Valentino Rossi. Over the line. Watch that Ducati now stretch its legs and come right up behind the Honda as we go up through turns 1, 2, and then back down the gearbox, 2 gears into the chicane at the top of the hill. Left, then right, then under the Dunlop Bridge. Valentino, once he gets his rhythm, he's going to be a hard man to pass.
Dovi and the Ducati are good around here. I was thinking it's Marquez who's having to work so hard.
Just goes to show, whatever they pay me, it's worth it.
Yeah.
No, it's worth it, because he's the only man that can make a Honda work.
Yeah, Dani PEDROSA 13 seconds back down the track in 7th place, the next Honda. And Marquez is still fighting for second place here, and
this is the battle.
Refusing to be dropped.
No, well, that is Marquez, 23 years old, versus the man that's in second place at 37 years old, 37 years old, sorry.
He wishes. Dovi.
Don't forget, of course, Dovizioso is 30 years old now as well. He's got a ton of experience.
And he is
wedged in between the Yamaha and the Honda.
And that Ducati is not being dropped. There is Rossi. We knew he had the race pace. He made a mess of qualifying. It's like 2 years did.
Well, they worked on race pace on day one, but they didn't seem to be happy with that either. But then everybody's gone for that squidgy rear tyre, the new one that Michelin have brought here. They brought 3 rear tyres, they brought 3 front tyres. And the weather, of course, here at Le Mans has been unusually wonderful.
Yeah. Valentino spent most of Friday trying to make the harder option, the medium rear tyre, work.
Race pace, that's what he was looking for.
And he had to admit, and he didn't even try the new carcass on the first day here. They had to wait till Saturday.
And then he just messed up qualifying, put it down to himself at the end of the day, and that's why he ended up in third row of the grid, 7th place on the grid, which was his worst qualifier of the year, considering somehow he manages to have pulled out his qualifying performances this year. Yes. 2016 had been an outstanding year for Valentino. Still looking back from Valentino Rossi into... Oh! Both have gone out simultaneously. That reminds me of Duan and Keeley at the German Grand Prix at the Nürburgring. They both went out simultaneously. Now then, did the Ducati drop something? Did the Ducati do what Iannoni's one did earlier? No. Both fell down simultaneously.
Has something else dropped something there? Yeah,
you've got to ask that question, haven't you? Valentino was fine, but then both the Ducati and the Honda have gone out of this. What a disaster for Honda, and that's Santi not happy at all.
So we're looking at Viales next along, aren't we?
We are looking
at... Now, he had a bit of course cutting earlier on.
And as PEDROSA will move up, Bradley Smith, of course, will move up 2 places from 9th. Laverty will move into that top 10.
I've seen nothing from race direction on the screen about a bit of course cutting at the Shimano berth.
You have to do it a couple of times, 3 times, I think, George, before you get any kind of penalty. We'll wait and see. Julian is into his machine to see where it is. Valentino Rossi in second place. Oh, that kind of course cutting. He's just put his iPad in front of me. There is Marc Marquez trying to get... Of course, he is the series leader. Worth remembering that those points are incredibly valuable this year.
Marquez is getting going without half a fairing.
Yeah, that might be a race direction.
Yes, it could very well be. Now, here we go again.
Another look at this. Exactly, they're both trail braking exactly the same time. I made the analogy back to Duan and Keeley. Do you remember that was a high side?
Synchronised high side for the Nürburgring.
Yeah, this
on
was
board.
Both of them braking exactly the same time.
There's that tarmac patch back there.
Do you know, I've never seen that. Not quite as absolutely accurately the same as that just was.
And it looked to me, Keith, that Marquez